a service, and all these things, not so much. But Easter, every year, y'all have service. New Year's, every year, y'all have service, right? So those are things that you can automatically put on your Facebook calendar, and it's done. And then you can go back in, and once you have the details of it, right? If there's going to be a new speaker coming in, or if there's a certain time or things, you can add that in there. But just set that up so people can get a glimpse of what's going on for the year. Not your Wednesday, not your Friday, not your Sunday. If this is your 5th or 25th or 50th year as a pastor, boom, you set that up in the beginning of the year. That's something that people plan a whole year in advance. Okay, that's another thing. Because we've often had to work with what we have, and a lot of us don't have actual marketing experience, we've made things happen on a dime, which puts us in the habit of making things happen on a dime. Don't make it happen on a dime. Give yourself time. And once you start to really wrap your arms around events, you won't have so many. But you will have more successful events. Okay? And that's awesome. It's not about having all sorts of activity. It's about having quality activity. Right? Because what is the goal as ministry? What is the goal? To be effective, to inspire, whatever your goals are. There's no right answer. I mean, there's wrong answers. But there are multiple answers is the point here, right? So you have to, as a ministry, now your ministry's goal and your pastor's goal could be two different things. Yeah, for real. Okay? Because your pastor may not always be with that church. That's right. Right? So Pastor Man may have his goals for Pastor Man, what he wants to accomplish. Maybe he wants to travel some this year. Maybe he doesn't want to travel at all. But he may not want to speak at the church on Sunday. He may want to have outside speakers. The church has their goals, their missions, their vision. I should at least. Yeah. Okay? And they have to be in your voice, not. And the Bible said in Psalm 74.
Thank you.
You have to take time and think about your journey, right?
That's right.
The people that you're going to, there's no such thing as competition. I don't believe in this idea. There are people that are going to be attracted to me and my experience and my ability to articulate my experience, right? And different people that are going to be attracted to Auntie Sandra, right? The difference is going to be, did I do the work to be able to articulate my experience in a way that is digestible to them, right? So when the scripture talks about your skills and things bring you among great men, you're not there by yourself. It says amongst, right? That means other people are also doing the work. That means there's no competition. They got there too. And there's people for them to reach just like there are people for you to reach. But you have to do the work to be able to give the people an opportunity to recognize your platform, right? So as the congregation, here's where we hold ministry back. Again, if you guys didn't know this, these are all new tools. We did not grow up with Facebook. No one has ever taught a marketing ministry class that I know of. So don't feel bad, but don't keep doing it, okay? Stop designing flyers on behalf of your church. Don't do it. I know that you want to help. Don't do it. Because your church should, remember I said there's a mission, there's a vision? There's also a look, an aesthetic that your church should have.
That's right.
It should be maintained. There's a level of quality that each ministry and every single organization that falls underneath that ministry should have. Okay? So, when you guys are coming up with these events, and I can't tell you how to administratively run your church, but when these events are coming up, I imagine there should be some sort of church calendar. There should be some kind of buffer. It can't go on the church calendar unless it's, scheduled within this period of time. Why? Because it should trigger a whole series of events. It should trigger possibly a conversation about a postcard. If you guys are going to do the work beyond just passing out postcards, because postcards do nothing on their own. That's right. They do nothing on their own. So, it should trigger a series of events. Is there going to be a postcard? Is this a Facebook event worthy? Did we get it in time that it makes sense to actually get the traction? Are we going to have speakers? All these things that go on and on and on that you have to determine. So you need to have lead time on this. And then oftentimes you guys are either charging for these events or you're opening them up to the public. But all the information, those details should be shared immediately. Except for those events that I said are annual, right? That you're going to have. You're going to go back in within a certain amount of time and then you're going to add the details to that. Okay? But doing all this, maintaining all these things I'm talking about on Facebook for 6 or 8 months will prepare you for being able to do it on a website. Because oftentimes we get these websites, we spend $250 to $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, right? Stop asking people to do it for free. Don't do that anymore. You spend this money and then you never update them because you just don't know how, right? But you further, it's not just because you don't know how. You get there and you're like, I don't even know how to write this. I don't know what to write. What am I writing, right? But all this information, I got 5 more minutes. Yes. All this information that you guys are compiling on Facebook, and if you have already, so you already have a Facebook page, one thing you can do is become a student of your own post. Like, for instance, my mother. She could go back through and she will easily be able to recognize her voice. She just has to pull out about 650 words for every post. But she can easily figure out her voice. How many people have said to my mother she should blog? Yes. Right? Yes. I think it's because she writes a lot, but also probably because you guys are interested in her doing it, right? So at some point I'll do a class on transitioning into blogging, because that's a whole different avenue. But don't use Facebook as your blog. If you are someone that has something of value to say, not just something to say, something of value to say, you should be interested in blogging, which then would open you up to being able to monetize. But that's not the first and foremost goal. In terms of marketing and ministry, you have your personal page, you have your pastor page, which is fed by their sermons, right? A few words from there, and that's basically all it is. I mean, it's not just, you don't just do that, right? Your pastor has some kind of personality, but he's not at the table having chicken dinner with his family and y'all put pictures of that. Also, Pastor Man is someone I love because he actually likes football, right? Yes? Yes. Okay. So his page should have some personality with that interjected in it. He doesn't, y'all have to stop doing these pictures. Who wants to come hear you preach? Like, you just look mad. Like, just stop. You have to have professional, paid. You have to pay for these things. Paid headshots. Because when y'all are part of an event and y'all send these pictures that y'all took on y'all camera phones that y'all just knew y'all looked good in y'all Easter Sunday suit. Y'all just knew it. And then I get it, and I'm supposed to put on a website next to somebody that has a professional picture. You are tearing down this image that I've created, right? Now you're taking away from the brand that Heal Me Now is attempting to build, right? So you guys, if you are really serious about this ministry thing, you have to invest in yourself. Yes? That's right. You have to you have it. When y'all go to, what is it called? A Mindset for Financial Success. There's a seminar coming up later that y'all have to attend. A Mindset for Financial Success. Kristen Sutton, that free black girl, she wasn't here. She's going to talk about money, finances, budgeting, things like that. You will start to be able to see that you have the money, you just haven't been tracking the money, okay? So if you are in ministry, you have to invest in yourself. You have to pay for goods and services. No one owes you their time. No one owes you their resources. Okay, so with this tool, now I can only go so far because I have 40 minutes, but I will continue to do more of these seminars online, eventually on my website, Quenisha.com. Not hard to remember, my first name. Because my name will never change. See? Y'all guys gotta be simple. Quenisha, that's it, Quenisha.com. All right, so you are using Facebook as a tool. You're dedicating yourself to doing the work, right, of maintaining a website, or excuse me, a Facebook page with the goal of transitioning that voice that you've created and this audience that you've engaged to your website where they now will check for updates, okay? You still will put stuff on Facebook, but the way it looks now is that you have a link that takes them out to your website, right? Where Pastor had those 6 words.